a country considered as one of the greatest ancient learning centers in the world, it is only natural that it hosts a book fair worthy of its stature. And when it comes to the magnitude and scope of what India has to offer, the only thing that comes to mind is the New Delhi World Book Fair.
The New Delhi World Book Fair was organized by the National Book Trust in collaboration with ITPO at Pragati Maidan from 15 to 23rd February 2014. Over a period of 40 years, this became one of the biggest book event in whole South Asia. This time we had a footfall of more than 10 lakh people, and with 1100 participants, with more than 30 countries participating. So this made more, this time the fair made more interactive, they were made more interactive. The Poland was the guest of honor country this time, and this is the second annual edition of the book fair, because previously this book fair was in a biennial form since 1972. The Government of India has made it an annual from 2013. This is an event fully supported by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. We provide stalls and stands to the participants at subsidized rates, be it in English publisher or Indian languages. The subsidy varies. Since last year, we have made this book fair as more interactive form by introducing B2B events like CEO Speak, the New Delhi Rights Table, and other seminar professional program also. On the literary side, we have introduced Author's Corner at 3-4 places. So this in these author corners, we have arranged more than 500 program this time, as compared to 80 or 90 normally we organize. So this has made more popular among us, the book lover and the citizen of this country. This fair not only attracted the local public, that this has also attracted more and more crowd, especially school children from neighboring states like Haryana, UP, Punjab, even Kashmir.
The New Delhi World Book Fair 2014 kick-started on 15th February 2014, a fine Saturday morning, with none other than the Honorable President of India, Shri Pranab Mukherjee, as the chief guest of honor. The ceremony began with Shri A. Setu Madhavan, Chairman, National Book Trust India, warmly welcoming the guests present on the occasion. Ms. Malgor Zata, Secretary of State, Ministry of Culture and National Heritage, Republic of Poland; Ms. Rita Menon, CMD, ITPO and co-organizer of the fair; Shri Ashok Thakur, Secretary, Higher Education, Ministry of Human Resource Development; Shri Ruskin Bond, one of India's most eminent and popular writer for children, also graced the occasion with their presence.
The New Delhi Book Fair, which started in 1972, has played the twin role of being a cultural as well as business hub quite admirably for more than 4 decades. It is an important initiative which helps spread reading habits and contributes to creating book culture within our community. Reading not only enriches knowledge but helps us socially connect. Books carry the wisdom of generations. Reading helps widen views, encouraging imagination and expand mental horizon.
When we deliberated about the theme to be, fixed for the current year's fair, it was unanimous that we took a decision that it should be children's literature, because this is one area where a lot more focus could be done. How exactly you address the children and the young adults, and what kind of messages we could possibly give to them. So in that respect, this year the main theme was Katha Sagara, celebration of children's literature, and the response has been exceedingly good. You could see thousands of children, their parents, their teachers, their family members, all joining in the presentations in the theme pavilion and activity in the activities corner, and all over the because in every hall somewhere or other this theme was brought in effectively.
Katha Sagra is all about the art and form of storytelling in all its glory. In India, the art of storytelling is a popular and carefully performing tradition. Tales that were told long time ago were transmitted from one generation to the next, first literally through the word of mouth, then seconded by the artwork in the form of paintings, or by music and dance as the performance arts. Each part of India nurtured its own unique way of storytelling in a distinct style, language, and technique. Musical presentations on India's multicultural society, workshops on illustrations, storytelling and drama sessions, workshops on theatre for young audience, panel discussions, skits, presentations, counseling sessions, and active author interaction sessions took place all day, productively engaging the children. Many book-related events for little children were hosted at the theme pavilion.
Mr. Zound. Here is a man, his name is Zound, and he is pretty round. Once he shifted to a new town and wore a brown gown to go downtown. My, what a clown. Once he suddenly heard a sound, so he got up to take a round, and I'll tell you what he found. 10 coins of 1 pound that he had himself dropped on the ground.
Very smile. Yes, it has some really good teeth.
No one has ever dared to do before. Only sorrow and tears will follow you now. Sorrow and tears.
This year's theme has been on children, and we hope that this would encourage all our children across the country to increase their reading. Because reading is an essential habit not only for academics but also for imbibing knowledge. And I think today's day and age, that habit of reading has been declining, and we hope to again pick it up amongst our children. And it's not only hard copies, but children are using Kindles and all their iPads and computers and their laptops for reading. But we would also like to encourage the traditional reading habits, and I'm sure that this would benefit the children and the entire population in the coming years.
Keeping in view the theme of this year's New Delhi World Book Fair, fun-filled activities were organized for the children to make their visit to the fair exciting and memorable. A profusion of colors, creativity, and entertainment galore marked Kids Bubble, a wonderful initiative for young children to sit relaxed and unleash their creativity in myriad ways. All in all, it was quite a learn with fun approach which was witnessed at the Activity Corner for Children, Kids Bubble.
जो रिटन वर्ड है बच्चों के लिए वो मेरी दृष्टि से इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइसेस से कहीं ज़्यादा जाता है, कहीं ज़्यादा उनके ब्रेन में किसी तरह से इम्पैक्ट करता है और उसी से बच्चे जो है वो आगे जाके रिस्पॉन्सिबल प्रोफेशनल्स, रिस्पॉन्सिबल सिटीजन्स और स्पेशलिस्ट बन पाएंगे।
गुलों की शौखियाँ जो मेरे आँखें लूट गए, बदल रही है आज जिंदगी के चाल जरा, इसी बहाने क्यों न मैं भी दिल का हाल जरा सवार दूँ, हाय सवार दूँ।
Getting coaching, cricket coaching at the age of 12, and my coach Mr. M.K. Iqbal, it's you have your value systems in place when your parents teach you that this is the way you need to lead your life. But for me, it was just an extension going into his camp. And as a coach, it's not just about teaching you how to defend a ball or how to bowl. I think it also is about how you make him as a human being.
The idea was that when you are celebrating theme as children literature, the emphasis should be given to children, because the objective of NBT is to inculcate reading habits among citizens, and that is the age group where you need to target. The children should be brought near to books, and children pavilion was actually the theme pavilion, and there we have shown the journey of children literature over a period of time. So it was more kind of an exhibition, and of course the students and the schools coming there and performing and creating kind of a serious programs. Simultaneously, we had this kids bubble outside, which is creating the kids world kind of a thing, where the cartoons and the children were coming and feeling at home, performing and doing to their heart's content whatever they want to do on the stage ex tempo. And we tied up with various MCD schools and Delhi government schools to bring kids from the less privileged class of the society and give them the exposure which generally is available to the fortunate children. So that was the idea of creating Kids Bubble, but this was also frequented by the general kids who are visiting the World Book Fair. So it has become very popular.
Over 25 countries participated in the New Delhi World Book Fair 2014. Each country brought with itself new and exciting books on its cultural values, traditions, and history. This year's guest of honor country at New Delhi World Book Fair 2014 was Poland. The guest of honor presentation of Poland was part of the celebrations marking the 60th anniversary of the establishment of Indo-Polish diplomatic ties. Besides the high-level officials related to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Ministry of Culture, the delegation consists of the galaxy of publishers, writers, rights managers, academicians, and Polish to Hindi translators. The Polish presentation is a rich mix of interesting programs for children and adult readers.
The team was led by none other than two vice ministers of Poland. That shows the importance. And moreover, the most important thing is that although they came in as a guest of honor country, most of them stayed back. Sometimes, it is just they just take it as a very formal event. But more than that, there was effective participation from the Polish side, and most of them spent the entire 9 days with us. And which shows that books also could prove to be a diplomatic tool between two countries, two important countries of the world.
It was a different experience because many of the Indian people came here, and it shows that there is a good relations and a deep relations between Iranian and Indian culture, and I hope to be here next year.
This is our Indonesia's first participation in this World Book Fair, and we have visited this book fair years before this, but this time it's really special for us because not only that we are participating for the first time ever, but also the fact that we have come to realize the magnitude of this book fair. We have heard a lot about the various book fairs all around the world, and sometimes we tend to neglect what is near to us. Now, with our participation, we know for sure that the Delhi Book Fair that we are having this year is indeed something to be reckoned with, something to be reckoned internationally. And of course, our hope, Indonesia's hope, is to be able to participate again next year and the years after this. And with a larger participation, who knows, someday we will also be a partner country, just like other countries, to this book fair.
PAM Foundations, this is our second time to participate with the World Book Fair New Delhi. And this time we are again having a very good response from the public. And not only the traditional culture of Japan, but we have very good response about the Japanese manga. And also this time we have focused on the Japanese women, and we have brought many books and magazines on the Japanese women, and that is also getting quite good response.
The CEO Speak was hosted by Chairman NBT India. It is one of its kind forum of CEOs and senior executives of the publishing industry organized by the National Book Trust in collaboration with FICCI. Initiated last year as a part of the New Delhi World Book Fair, this edition of CEO Speak, held on 16th February 2014, aimed to bring greater interaction with the publishing community in India and to establish a forum of CEOs to discuss and share business and book trade related issues and concerns.
The unique thing about this industry, we are dependent as an industry on new content every year. So if there is no new content, slowly the sales will start going down. And creating the framework for this industry where there is a healthy pipeline of new content and authors working with publishers to publish is perhaps one of the biggest indicators of whether we as an industry will keep growing or not.
Publishers, whether it's in a growing market or in a challenging market, are adopting it to improve their profitability and improve their sustainable growth. And important is, do not leave production to your production manager. You need to educate them to look at the big picture.
As part of its effort to promote Indian books abroad and to facilitate business interactions to buy and sell translation rights between Indian publishers and foreign publishers, the National Book Trust India organized the New Delhi Rights Table on 17th and 18th February 2014. The New Delhi Rights Table provided a unique bonding opportunity for publishers from across the world to meet each other on a one-to-one basis to tentatively finalize their interest and agreements for transfer of translation rights available in English, Hindi, and other Indian languages.
It's a platform where Indian publishers can meet and interact with the foreign publishers and talk about their books and sell the rights of their book, and also can buy the books which these foreign publishers are bringing along with them. Because these Indian publishers here in World Book Fair, publishers from different parts of the countries come, and some of them are small publishers who cannot afford to go to Frankfurt and London to meet these foreign publishers, and hence I feel it is very important.
The thing about publishing in India is that we buy and sell rights from all over the world, but we don't often buy from all the millions and millions of languages that are available in India. So the Rights Table is a great opportunity to meet the publishers who are publishing in, say, Tamil or Malayalam or Hindi or Kannada.
The Author's Corner witnessed quite a procession from the who's who of the writing trade. The rise of the Indian publishing has ushered in a new era of Indian writers. Today, writing in English and other Indian languages is truly bringing a lovely transition in the topography of India's literature. Indian writers are now grabbing international attention, which is a very positive sign for the publishing industry. Because of interest in their works, a lot of them are now being translated into many foreign languages. The fair hosted more than 300 authors, both well-established and popular, to new and emerging fledglings. The Author's Corner provided a treat to all book lovers who really wish to meet and hear their favorite authors, discuss, reflect, and provide valuable insight to the readers on their latest works.
I picked up a dictionary, a very fat one, and just started glancing through it. And then I became totally absorbed and fascinated because I discovered there were hundreds of words which I didn't know.
Not only the textbooks need to be updated, but the supplementary reading lists need to be updated. Because that is where a lot of people get their information from. So a great deal needs to be done to encourage the habit of reading.
Something about the Tibetan fascinates me. The lean, agile figure now starts to do things strange and startling. This is when I start to photograph him. I switch to telephoto and move in further, focusing on him, clicking, capturing his each movement, each expression.
An English speaker will ask the speaker of a regional language, "Do you understand me?" While a language speaker might ask an English speaker, "Do you understand me?" And if the language gains some kind of independence and identity, that language speaker might ask, "Do you understand me?"
Annadanam Paramdanam. Giving food to the needy is the greatest in life. Vijyadanam, giving education, is greater than that. Vijyadanam atah param.
हमारी मुसीबत ये थी, और मैं आपको ईमानदारी से कहना चाहता हूँ, कश्मीरियों की जबान क्यों नहीं उभरी 47 के बाद। डर ये रहा दिल्ली की हुकूमत करने वालों को कि अगर इन्हें कश्मीरी जबान आगे उभरी तो ये कश्मीरी जो हैं कहीं अलग ना हो जाए हमसे।
diversity is at the center of global vision of Tagore, Gandhi and Aurobindo. ये अगर हम अब हमारे अलग अलग डिस्कोर्सेस में ला सके तो बहुत अच्छा होगा.
We were very particular that this should not be just a book event. It's not just buying and selling of books. It should be a participatory event. There should be participation, effective participation by all the stakeholders connected with the books. So we brought in authors. So we introduced the authors corners in almost all the halls, and the publishers brought very important authors, not only from English and Hindi, from Indian languages also, and there were deliberations, book signing, book releases, poetry reading, and I was told in some of the corners, the participation was nearly 200, 300 people, which was unthinkable. Particularly, Delhi did not have such a literary event in the past.
In association with Sangeet Natak Academy, National Book Trust India organized Disaj, a festival of tribal and folk performing arts of India. Thus, the people got a chance to savor India's rich tribal and folk culture through performing arts.
रसिया को नार बनाओ री रसिया को नार बनाओ री रसिया को कर धन का ढैया रतन पूरा गए वो नहीं तो रंग रेला सोनार वो नहीं तो लग one Mario say
A mesmerizing Sufiana performance by the Chand Nizami brothers lent a celestial glow to the evening at Pragati Maidan. This Shame Sufiana was organized by the National Book Trust India and NCPUL. A sparkle of glamour and Bollywood glitz was added to the fair by the many celebrities who visited it. Pragati Maidan, being centrally located, is very well connected. Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, being the proud supporter of the 9-day fair, truly made things easier by letting the people buy tickets at various metro stations. This really comforted the people who did not have to wait in long queues to get their tickets. A free shuttle service conveniently took the people to and fro from the gates of Pragati Maidan to the various halls. Eateries, food courts and buffets offered the much-needed boost in terms of mouth-watering Indian delicacies to people as they continued to explore the fair and enjoy it with a satisfied tummy. The information counters by the National Book Trust India worked really well. It became easier for the visitors to find out the locations of a desired stall, publishers, books, seminars and events.
It has been decided to have the next book fair from the 14th to 22nd February 2015. Just one day earlier than what we had planned for the current year. And as Dr. Sikandar has already told you, we have invited South Korea to be the guest of honor. I think they have to go through the process. We do hope to get their confirmation possibly within a couple of months. Then we'll make a formal announcement. Thank you.
The 9 days quickly passed away, leaving everybody wanting more. But it doesn't matter, for such endings are a prelude to something new and exciting.
I could see the difference that has come up in the last few years in terms of quality, presentation, in terms of the number of publishers, and the overall get-up and user-friendliness. Book fairs are a feature all over the world, and India is, in a very general way, yet to catch up with iconic book fairs of the type of Frankfurt, which become events of the world. New Delhi is a city that I've been seeing now for about 30 years, and there are certain inherent difficulties in terms of distance, in terms of popular taste, that make the organization of book fair much more difficult. So let me first commend the National Book Trust and its director, Dr. Sikandar, and his team for taking so much effort. As I said, I was associated with the largest book fair in India in terms of footfalls, which is the Calcutta Book Fair, right from the first year. And as one who's hopelessly addicted to books, I would know a bit about how these fairs are conducted. I can now say, having gone around, that there is a large degree of improvement, and of course there always is a scope for further improvement. And the New Delhi Book Fair has reached a stage where it can rub shoulders with some of the best in the world.
I think crowd is increasing and footfall is increasing, and purchasing power of this people's young generation is also increasing. So I mean, business is good. I mean, basically we come here for branding exercises, and you know, each of the large publishers and large companies have 5,000 titles, some have 25,000 titles, and in India bookshop sizes are very small. This is a place where we can display a very good amount of variety in different genres, and we can show us good variety to this public.
I think it's extraordinary for two reasons. In the last 2-3 years, it has really taken shape of an international exhibition, international book fair, and we have been pleasantly surprised with the turnout of what happened last year, and this year is even more. And it's not just the sales part of it, but also the people who come to browse these books, expensive books, students, old family members, etc. It's quite an extraordinary experience. And what we are very happy about, that every subsequent year from last 3 years, I see that how it is becoming so efficient and so much better as compared to 10 years ago, when we had to struggle and we had to fight for everything. Now more and more things are coming to us, you know, so it's a wonderful experience.
जब मैं यहाँ पे 92 में आया था अपने गांव से ग्रेजुएशन करने के बाद, तो दरियागंज में एक मेला भरता था, पुरानी बुक्स मिलती थी, वो ख़रीदता था। फिर बुक फेयर में आते थे, बुक फेयर में जो किताबें होती थी उनको ख़रीदने के लिए कभी कभार पैसे नहीं होते थे, और मैं हमेशा जुड़ा था 2000 तक जुड़ा था मैं बुक फेयर से। उसके बाद बॉम्बे चला गया, फिर स्ट्रगल करते रहे। पहले किताबें ख़रीदने के लिए पैसा नहीं होता था, आज पैसा है तो टाइम नहीं मिलता ख़रीदने के लिए, तो लेकिन गिल्ट होता है कि वो किताबों से जो एक प्यार था, एक रिलेशन था, वो आपकी आपाधापी में रोज़मर्रा की चीज़ें या कमाने के चक्कर में उनसे रिलेशन जो है ना छूटता चला जाता। मेरे ख़्याल से उस चीज़ का गिल्ट आज भी होता है। मैं चाहता हूँ कि फिर से वही एक जज्बा फिर से जगे और फिर से बुक्स पढ़ने लगूँ मैं, तो मेरे ख्याल से मेरी लाइफ का बहुत बढ़िया टाइम होगा वो।
I take this opportunity to invite all our publishing friends, authors and business visitors to attend the much coveted New Delhi World Book Fair 2015 from 14 to 22nd February 2015. This time the next edition of the New Delhi World Book Fair will provide more business opportunities to foreign participants, and will allow to transact a more viable business during the fair.
The New Delhi World Book Fair 2014 was a massive success, not because of its record-breaking millions who walked the famed grounds of Pragati Maidan, or the celebrities and authors, the foreign participants, or even the massive revenue generated from its sales. It is because, once again, the fair was effectively able to put across its simple message of the pleasures of reading and writing to the common man.